Namaste. This is T.S. Mallasar Prasad from Hyderabad, Chairman Bharathiya Vajra Party. Subsidies will damage the total economy in our country. Subsidies are only for temporary solutions. They will damage entire economy in India. People think that they are benefited, but on the whole, they are troubled in many ways. The total subsidy in the year 2014's union budget is 2.51 lakh crores of rupees. It is roughly one third of all state subsidies in India. Hence you can understand the subsidy giant which affects the country economy and disturbing the people in various aspects. To attract the people, subsidies are given and will be supported only by the weak political parties and weak governments. Subsidies are distributed among individuals, income levels, social groups for different aspects which are most dangerous for the country. The subsidies burden on government's budget will be unbearable and effects on decline of real public investments and schemes. Its effects will be seen only after 1 or 2 decades and the result will be total collapse in the national economy. Subsidies are only for temporary solutions but will damage entire economy in India. Subsidies will be beneficial at some targets, but it leads to pressure or unintended economic effects due to which the central governments and all state governments will collapse at any point of time. The people demands to continue if once given or offered at the time of elections or after elections. The selfish political parties grab their votes on the basis of these subsidies only. After framing the governments, they can't withstand and the illegal activities will be increased and the government will collapse and the same repeats. Declarations by the political parties regarding the subsidies will be very easy and will be very attractive to the people to grab the vote bank. But it will be extremely difficult to the governments to reduce or remove subsidies. On the contrary, it is natural for subsidies to expand and bring the government budget under stress. The revenue deficit in states has to be funded from the central government and the revenue deficit in central government has to be funded from foreign investments and market borrowing. This reduces investment in private sector to support consumption by the people. Implementing subsidies will have exclusion errors and inclusion errors. In the former case, some of those who deserve to receive a subsidy are excluded. In latter case, some of those who do not deserve to receive subsidy get included in the subsidy programs. This creates quarrels among the people and the ruling governments, which ultimately results the governments and leaders to beg from other countries. This leads to losing the control on the country and the final result is destruction of the nation. Is it advisable to us? Implementing any kind of subsidies is not at all advisable in proper planning of the government. Political leaders at the time of elections promises to continue the present subsidies and also promises to implement further subsidies based on social, economical or on any according to their groupisms to benefit them and ultimately to capture the power which is most dangerous to the nation and for us. Due to the burden of the subsidies, and due to the rising of the cumulative adverse effects, no government satisfies the people. At present, subsidies are many types. First one, subsidy to producers. Second one, subsidy to consumers. Third one, subsidy to producers of inputs. Fourth one, providing incentives instead of subsidizing. Fifth one, production or sales through public entrepreneurs. Sixth one, cross-subsidization. Subsidies include the fee reimbursement schemes, rice for 1 rupee or 2 rupees per kilogram, waiver of loans, free gas connections, free electricity, free clothes, and many like that, which will be total burden to the governments. And due to these kind of subsidies or frees, there will be bifurcation of the society and people, which gives continuous disturbances in the society. Ultimately, rowdyism, gundaism, terrorism, strikes, bunds, rasta rokos, processions, non-cooperation of employees starts in the society for demanding the continuation of various both state and central government subsidy schemes and for implementation of new schemes which damage the entire society and ruins the country's economy, name, and respect in the world. If the subsidies are banned just for 5 years, that amount will be utilized for the real development. The market rates of each and every product will come down, and there will not be any kind of ration in the country. The real governments are the governments which rule the country without any kind of ration in the country. Utilizing the ration is nothing but begging only. We are made beggars by the so called politicians at the time of elections and after elections. Thank you.